Hey, let's see today how auto OEMs and fleet operators manage and work with their fleet with a complete IoT backend cloud as Bytebeam. Without any further delay, let's begin. Let's go and select a project. Let's select our demo project. You see, all of these devices are connected to the Bytebeam cloud and sending data. Currently, we are at the device management section, which helps them manage their fleet and see all of them at a glance. As you see, there's a VIN number, class, heartbeat, status, type, last action type. If I click on any of these devices, I see device shadow. Device shadow is the data that is coming from your devices. Out of all the data that is coming from your devices, you can choose to see some of the data at glance. This is highly customizable. So for an electric vehicle scenario, I'm seeing config version, distance traveled by the vehicle, firmware version, ignition mode, ride mode, range, state of charge of the battery, speed. But all of this is highly customizable. So you can choose to see as many parameters as you want to see here or as less. So all these values are customizable. This is metadata. Think of metadata as tags that you associate with the device. These are not the data points that are coming from your devices. Your devices are not generating these data points. Rather, you are associating some tags to your devices in order to efficiently manage them. Like for now, I have associated some of the metadata to all of my devices, which consists of VIN number, battery, its dealer, the city it is operating in, the type of the vehicle, whether is it car or bus or bike, current location, customer ID, which customer is it assigned to, model number. All of these are again customizable. You can edit it from the cloud itself. And for the key values, you can go to the settings, metadata, and add more key values. Coming back, this little tab here shows you the last action that was performed on this device. It tells me that Sindhu triggered update config action on this device, which has a VIN number this. 25 days ago she triggered it, and it is successful. Now let's see how we use metadata. We can use metadata to filter devices. Now let's find all the devices which are in the city of, let's say, Bangalore. Now let's find all the trucks that are in the city of Bangalore. Let's find type. And I want to update all these trucks. I'll select all, do a firmware update, select a version, click next, and done. The devices will get the update and send the progress back to the cloud. So we will know exactly what's happening with the actions that you've triggered. Now to take a fleet view of the actions that you've triggered, you need to go to the actions tab. Here you'll see all of the actions which are performed on your devices, and you can manage them as well. Like for now, let's see. I just triggered update firmware action on 2 of these devices, right, and which is completed. I also Gotham triggered some reboot action on this single device which was failed. Let's see why it failed. It says it sends an error message back to the cloud saying no route for the action reboot. Just like this, you can customize your own error reports to understand what's happening. Also, let's go to inventory. Inventory is where you keep all the firmware files or all the update files or all the files basically that are needed for sending commands to your devices. We also have dedicated update methods for different components of the vehicle like BMS, charger, infotainment, motor. Let's see. Let's go to BMS. Let's upload a new firmware. Add dependency. Here you can select a file from your system and upload it, give it a firmware version number. Add some dependencies. So I will tell that this BMS component will only work with the charger component that is a firmware version some this. Also with a motor component which is a firmware number this. Once I do this, I can do the same for all these different components, and then I can upload firmwares as a bundle. So here I'll create a firmware bundle, give it a version number, select component, select the version. Again, in this bundle, I'll select many components, select versions. So I have already told Bytebeam about the dependencies. So when these dependencies don't match, it will give us a red flag so that you don't ever update something wrong, which let's say where the motor does not work with this, just with a different firmware version of some other component. Right? To prevent all this, we have these firmware bundles. Apart from OTA complete updates, we also have JSON configurations. So sometimes there are times when you don't want to update the complete firmware of your devices, but rather you want to update some of the parameters only like temperature, like frequency. For this, you can just create a JSON config file, write a JSON here. I mean, give it a version number and then write a JSON here and create. Like for now, I'll show you some of the JSON. See. Now let's go to the new action. Here, let me select an action type. Let's call it update firmware only. Select a bundle number. I can roll out my updates in phase so that I can select a few number of devices to get updated first, and then once the update is mature, I can send the same update to all of my devices. So I can enable phase rollout. I can add as many phases as I want. In phase 1, I can choose to select some devices based on the metadata. So let me select some devices which are in the city of Bangalore. In the second phase, I can do the same and select the devices which are, let's say, in the city of Chennai. And in the third phase, I can do the same. Also, I can choose a percentage of the devices that I want them to operate it. I went to trigger. Either I can trigger it immediate, or I can choose a custom time to when to actually trigger this update. Once I do this, I trigger an action, so my update will get done in phases. Now let's go to dashboarding. We have two kinds of dashboards. One is a device dashboard, one is a fleet dashboard. A device dashboard is for you to manage, to visualize a device, a sensor data across a device, like all the sensors or all the other components in a device. A fleet dashboard is for you to visualize aggregates across your device, basically kind of business dashboards or kind of fleet dashboards where you get to see which of the device is performing best or which has the most problem. So some aggregates like that. For now, I'll show you a device dashboard is first. So here I see the device that I currently opened has an ID number 1. It is located in the city Hyderabad, which has VIN number this, model number this, customer ID this. But all of these tags here that you're seeing, this is also customizable. So you can choose to see your own customized tags here. Currently, the device is set to show me last 5 minutes data. It is set to refresh never, so the data currently is not refreshing. But I can set it to refresh every 5 seconds, 10 seconds, 15 seconds, so that the data will get refreshed in this dashboard in this interval, right? So we have on the dashboarding, we have widget-based panels. So I can go here and add panel. We see all these panels are denoting different values. Like this is a line chart, this is the last value chart, a God chart, state timeline, LED panel, aggregate value, static text, histogram, time series panel. So you can choose to visualize the sensor data according to how you want to visualize it. For example, let's select a God chart and visualize its speed on odometer. So I'll select the minimum threshold of this God chart as 0 and let's say maximum as 200. Now here you see all these streams. These are all the streams. These streams are the data points that are coming from my devices. So I'll select the speed stream. The stream contains speed value. Once I do this, you see nice looking chart here. I'll submit it. Now you see this nice looking chart will appear here with the name of odometer. I can do a drag drop. I can make it full size. I can increase the size and put it anywhere in the dashboard. So this is how highly customizable the platform is. So just like this, we have created multiple panels for a dashboard, right? Just like this one shows me when the vehicle was off, when it was on, for how long it was off, for how long it was on, from at what time it got off and at what time it got on again. So all of this I'm getting this from one panel only. This is customized. If I show you how I've created this panel, so you see this is a state timeline panel, and it's showing me the device shadow stream and the device shadows stream which has status value. This is root. This shows you the device track basically. You can always do a full screen here. This shows the range of the vehicle. Currently, how much range is there in the battery? Ride mode. What ride mode is it on? Is it off? The distance traveled by it. So basically, it is the last value, and the temperature. See, you can do a full screen, and when you hover over, you see exact values here. This is also customizable, but you see there are interactive dashboard. This is state of charge value. This is peripheral status. This shows you last left indicator, GSM status, headlamp, and all. And again, this is now this is data. This data is raw data. You can always download it in Excel in as a CSV or XLS file. All of these columns are also customizable. You can choose to add as many columns as you want or whatever columns as you want. So it gives you complete access to data. It comes with time series table, so it has timestamp and VIN number. Now going from the dashboard, we have alert sections. Alert section basically lets you create some conditions, and based on the conditions and rules that you write, you can choose to have some alerts. It's like if you want to define some if you want to detect some anomaly, or if there are certain conditions on the data for which you want to get alerted, or for which you want to do something for which you want basically the conditions that you want to extract. So you can create an alert for that. For an example, I've created an alert when some vehicle speed is more than 200. How I created is basically I've given it a name, selected the string speed, and I provided it a condition that when the speed value is more than 200, you give me an alert. Just like this, I've created a idling alert from the stream device shadow. I told it when the ignition is on but the speed is 0, it means the vehicle is idle, and if it happens for about 30 seconds, you give me an alert. So you can create an alert rule on your own self. Choose a signal based alert. Choose a no signal based alert when you want an alert when there is no signal from the device, when the device is not getting any signal. So you just have to create a no signal alert. At that point, you get an alert. To create some alerts which are based on the signal, which are based on the rules or values when your device is getting signal, you create a signal based alert. You can choose a stream for your own self. Now let's say I choose speed stream. You can choose a field. I'll say speed is more than, let's say, 120. Just like this, you can create multiple alerts, right? Just like this, there are some BMS alerts, there are some idling alert, overspeeding alerts, range alert, right? You can also add a notification to these alerts. Go to the notification settings, write a notification rule, choose Slack, email, SMS. Basically, how it works is basically, let's say if you select email, you get to select which alert you want to create a notification of. Let's say idling alert. Now you give it a comma separated list of emails, all the emails that you want to get alerted. It will send the alert email to all these emails. You can also use webhook to perform an action at the time of an alert. So let's say if you want to lock the doors of the vehicle automatically when it crosses a geofence. For this, to do this, you can do a webhook. Basically, when the geofence breach happens, you lock the device. So as long as the device understands the actions that from the cloud, you can upgrade it. We also have on the action side, we also have geofence. Basically, you can do a geofence configuration, create your own geofence configuration. Here you can select some points, like one, I'm selecting a triangle. Once I click it inside, it will fix. And now I have created this, this triangle as a geofence for my vehicle. I'll create it. I need to give it a name. I'll create it, and once the geofence is created, I can go to my devices, find the devices, let's say, or let's find all the trucks this time, filter by type, all the trucks, select all, update geofence, the version that we created v9. Now these events will be triggered on all of these devices. So whenever they go out of this geofence, whenever geofence breach happens on these devices, I'll get a notification and I'll get some alerts. I've got almost all of the actions. Now I'll go to the settings screen. So basically, settings screens makes everything customizable. Here you can upload your own logo so that it gets white label for your own self. Instead of Bytebeam, your logo will appear. You can customize your stream. Which kind of values will it take, right? You can also customize users, like which users would you want and what role you want to give to what user. You can also customize roles. So you can define role, like this role can do what, and then on the user side you can define users, like this users get what role. So the level of customization is beyond imagination. At Bytebeam. You can also customize metadata. Here you can add more metadata keys here, as I showed earlier. You can also create some rules. So you can also create some forms. So let's say, for an example, so instead of creating a JSON every time, whenever you want to update these parameters, you can actually create a nice looking JSON form. And by writing a JSON, once you write the JSON and the form, and you've given it a schema, the form appears. So now you need to upload these parameters. You can use it using the form. So this is how it works. You can see API keys here, create new API keys, DBC parsers, driver components. So all the level of cost here, you can basically add more components so that you can add it to your bundle and define dependencies. So this is how it works. I believe this is pretty much of how the platform works, and how you can manage your fleet or auto devices or using Bytebeam. Thank you.